So this was me 3 weeks before the Rio Olympic Games. At this point, I was in the best physical shape of my life. This was me 6 weeks later. I'm now considered a C6 incomplete quadriplegic.
And so one of sport's most tragic but inspirational sporting stories begins. And today's captive audience is the Adelaide Crows.
I remember everything, really. Just being scared and just a lot of regret, honestly. Just felt a lot of regret and just felt really sorry to have more so put my family and my fiance Elise through all of that.
Sam Willoughby, two-time world BMX champion and Olympic silver medalist, had suffered a devastating spinal injury in a horrific training accident in the United States. He was told he'd never walk again. He'd never use his arms again. He was told he'd never again be independent. Willoughby was having none of it. Willoughby immersed himself in his rehabilitation and just 15 months later kept a promise to walk down the aisle when he married American BMX star Elise Post.
Elise, I think, saved my life just because she never changed. She didn't care if I was in a wheelchair at the wedding, but it was just my way to show her just how much I appreciated her. I practiced for months around the house, and then on the day it was 10 times as hard, just the nerves, and as soon as I seen her, I was like crying.
Willoughby now coaches fellow Olympic silver medalist Elise, who he says is the girl of his dreams. But throughout the journey, there's also been another loving companion.
Mila just is amazing. The day I got hurt, she just clung to me. Like, she noticed something was different, obviously, and she's been at rehab every single day. And to this day, if I go into our gym and get on the mat table, she's right there. Statistically, they told me, you'll never walk again. You'll never be independent again. But statistically, you guys won't win every game for the rest of the year. But you still show up. And that was the biggest thing for me, was showing up every day.
But Willoughby says it took a chance meeting with NASCAR Supremo Booty Barker to truly shift his attitude.
Until the point that I met Booty, I guess I'd just been surrounded with negativity of what my life was going to be. Booty is same injury as me. He's a C6 quadriplegic, and he runs this race team, this multi-million-dollar race team. And by the end of the conversation, I'd forgotten he was even in a wheelchair. And he looked at me and he said, "Here's the deal, Sam." He said, "Outside of the run and the 100-meter dash, me and you, we can do anything. You're just going to have to drag yourself around a little more." I think I'm thankful for what I've got to as well, because I mean, there was a time that I was going to be carried around like a 2-year-old for the rest of my life, and that's scary to look back on now. So my message today is to embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle of the process, because at the end of it, it's the journey that you'll remember, because it has far more context than the outcome. Thanks.